What's up, Pisces?
All right, so wow, I can't even get it out. This is gonna be the card. I'm gonna tell you what I got as I was getting into you guys' energy space, and it's amazing because I was gonna say I'm gonna jump straight into it, and the card just jumping straight out. Your reading is very intense. Okay, it's kind of like being hit, and the thing is, it finally hit them. Something finally hit them. What hit them? I don't know. Was it a company that was looking to bring you aboard? They didn't give you the chance, and it finally hit them. Was it an ex that walked away, or someone who doubted you, and then all of a sudden, it finally hit them? Was it someone who was hating on you, and then they realized, I'm hating? Something hit somebody, and there's an amazing realization because they can admit it. Okay, so this is going to be the overall energy, and then I'm going to get to the spread. It finally hit them. All right, so here we have, adversity. Hold up, let me tell you something. Look at that. It says, I understand that challenges are the best way to learn. The reason why it hit them was because they went through whatever challenge that made them learn. Okay, you know how a lot of times people can say, I would never do this and I would never do that, but that's because they ain't never been in that situation before. Well, sometimes when you get in those situations, you realize that you put your foot in your mouth, and you shouldn't have said that, because then life tested you to see, oh yeah, remember when you said you wasn't gonna do that? Or remember when you said you'd never be in that situation? Well, look at you now in that situation. Remember when you said you wouldn't do this and that to get out of it? Oh, look at you doing this and that to get out of it. Okay, so it finally hit them, but it hit them through some type of challenge. Some type of adversity had to come their way, and I'm really feeling for a lot of you, it is linked to something that maybe they made a big deal about something for you for, you know, or it was such a, I would never, or that can never be me, or something like that. And then all of a sudden, boom, it hits you, or it hit them. The same thing. So let's go ahead and let's jump into the spread. And remember, I'm feeling this energy when I first started. It's intense, you know. So it's like I'm almost kind of hyped up, you know. Let's go to the center of the reading to kick this thing off. For Pisces, Page of Pentacles. Okay, so this is someone, you know what it is? This is maybe an idea that you had. It started off small. This could have been some type of endeavor that you wanted to pursue, and maybe they laughed at it. Maybe it was just the humble beginnings. Maybe it didn't look like it. Maybe you had a vision for something, but it was out of reach. Maybe you were trying to do something, but you couldn't get paid for it. Okay. It was something that seemed just out of reach at that time. All right. It was all a dream, as Biggie say. You know, it was something that you could do very well. I'm feeling like you had the magic touch all along. You could have always been, but it just wasn't coming to fruition at that time. Also, what I'm saying for this is for some of y'all out there, whatever this was, some people may have said you were too old to do it. You were too old to start that, or it was too late for you, okay? Something can't happen for you at that age because you're starting too late, if that makes sense, okay? Because this page here, it's like it represents youthful energy, but it looked like a grown person who needs to grow up. Some of y'all may have been told you need to grow up, okay? Even if you are a little bit younger, some of y'all may have been told you need to grow up. And that same person who told you need to grow up going through one of them same challenges, or all of a sudden started realizing certain dreams that they want to pursue, sitting at home in quarantine, and now all of those little ideas that you had that are taking root, or that are showing their roots, or whatever, showing their manifestations, this person is now just getting started. I hope that makes sense. But what you said all along is unfolding right before a lot of people's eyes. And those same challenges that you've learned to overcome, those same mountains that they're facing now, you've already climbed them. You've already overcome that adversity, and they're just now facing it. Wasn't so crazy after all. Let us see what we have crossing it. The Seven of Cups. Now, when we bring in the Seven of Cups, this one is talking about more so having so many options and ideas, needing to hone it in. So some of you guys have a lot of options. Some of you guys have so much that you can do, but you need to organize. And I'm getting for somebody out there, you need to organize your thoughts. And then when you organize your thoughts, you're going to notice stuff around you being very organized, whether it is your workspace, whether it is your refrigerator, the way you line up your waters. You're going to start to notice all around you the areas where you've become very organized, and that's going to help you to manage all of the different options that you have in your mind. And each option, it seems as though during this time, not every time, during this time, you're going to be able to exercise more than one option. You're going to be able to, I'm getting like massage, a lot of different forms of income, a lot of different projects, a lot of different things stemming from maybe one thing that you started a long time ago. Now, all of a sudden, it has manifested itself and become fruitful in so many different areas, okay? And this is from the work that you've put in, all right? But let's go to the deep root of this thing. You know what I just got with this as well? That is interesting. So this is how you come across in terms of your gift, your skill, your project, the thing that it is that you were manifesting, right? This can also be the people or the person who it finally hit them, okay? This, if you look at it, is like a person staring at a brick wall. So a person in your life who said something or didn't believe in something is now hit with that brick wall, okay? They got hit with the brick wall. They ran into the brick wall, and now they too have to make some of the same choices, same decisions, go through some of the same confusion, have to answer to some of the same type of circumstances that you were once dealing with, okay? So take that how it applies. There's several different messages coming up, and I'm trying to get all of them out. So you have options, but then as well, another person may be facing a brick wall. Wow. So I was going to say I'm getting to the deep root of it, but let me tell you what just jumped out for you. The Sun card and the Eight of Pentacles. It's who was that? Capricorn. They got the it's working, it's working, it's working. So something is working for you too. And whatever it is, it's either making you happy now or it's about to. It's at the deep root of it. So maybe this is your state of being. All right. I'm telling you, whatever it is, your humble beginning, something that you started, and it's taking it's running its course now. It's doing beautifully, or it's bringing you income. It's like your future self. You are the future self. You're thanking your past self for helping you bring these things into fruition. Okay, you're thanking your past self and all of the hard work that you put in and all of the adversity and the challenges that you had to overcome to get to this point. Your past self worked hard so that your future self, your present self would be grateful. Okay, if that makes sense. Now, what you got to do is think about your next future self. And your next future self is wanting to be in a good position. So this self right here today must make sure that the future self is happy, okay? So I don't know who that's for, but somebody needs to know that. So we putting in this work right now. You're putting in the effort right now, and boom, all of a sudden that happiness goes hand in hand. It seems as though some of y'all are doing what you love. Okay, while people are trying to scramble and figure it out, it's like y'all get to do what you love. Okay. Flexibility and options. I'm getting flexibility and options. What happened in the recent past? Ooh, the Queen of Swords. So some of you guys, I just heard met your match. We're going to have to clarify the Queen of Swords. So this could be a friendship. This could be a person that you attracted into your life, male or female energy. It could be of the romantic sector, friendship sector. Let's talk about the Queen of Swords. This can also be who you became, putting your boundaries up, cutting people off. A lot of you guys, especially with this sword, a lot of you guys were able to cut off a lot of people or negative energy, low vibrational sources. And that too is why you were able to manifest or about to manifest. Wow. This says indecision. So this to me is representing not knowing who or when to cut certain people off. All right. But it says, I use my intuition in all aspects of my life. So that's what helped you to make these decisions. Your intuition. If that was if that wasn't your biggest tool, I don't know what was. Okay. You got magic wands and all these different tools physically, but your intuition was the biggest one to help you understand who needed to go, even if it was hard. Because that indecision right there is like you didn't want to. And this sword sometimes a double edge. It's like I have to let one thing go to gain something greater. And that's what a lot of you guys had to do. That's why you're here now. And a lot of the people who got cut were those same people who are now facing those same challenges that you already overcome. Let's see what we have in the headspace. The Ten of Cups. Look at that. Beautiful. Emotional fulfillment. This is good family life. This is what's crowning it. So this is what you think of. When you think of success, when you think of the mountains that you had to climb, or you think about the hard work that you're putting in now that your future self is going to thank you for later. This is what it's for. This is what it's about. So if somebody is thinking about family, love, children, you could have someone thinking about this about you too. That's coming in. Let's talk about it. Actually, I want to use this deck. So this is family, this is children, this is love. This is what you got waiting for you. It's like it's somebody waiting for you. Can you see that? It's like you're walking down and there's someone waiting. So you got somebody waiting for you. And it just got really sweet. Like the reading just got really sweet. There's someone waiting for you. Let's talk about it. Oh, sextile. Opportunity. This says collaborations. Wow. You got somebody waiting for you. Assets. Explains. Provides opportunity. Synergizes. Creates possibility. Opens doors. Promises. Brings insight to. Communicates. Welcomes. Develops. This person is welcoming you. You got somebody who is welcoming you to their future. Your future self. That's probably your future self out there. That's a love. That's your future self. Man, that's your higher self. You're walking straight towards a beautiful future because you've already overcome. Let's see what's in the near future. That's the Nine of Cups. This is wish fulfillment at its finest. And it comes, we just pulled the Ten of Cups. It's like things are going in order. All because you took the time to do what they said was impossible, to do what they told you to quit doing, to do what the average wasn't willing to do. It all leads to this. And a lot of this comes from one idea, one dream, one vision. Then it branches off into a whole bunch of different things. Next thing you know, you got a whole legacy. Next thing you know, you've created opportunities for the next generation. I mean, it goes on and on and on. But it all stems from that one thing. And the best people who make it are the ones who overcome the adversity. They overcome the haters. They overcome the naysayers. They overcome all of the people telling them to stop and quit. Those be the ones who attain their dreams. You hear it in every story. You hear it in every documentary, every behind the scenes, everything. They always tell you, they told me to quit. They told me to stop, you know? But now, they're looking for a handout. All right, so let's see what we got in the fear space. wants to jump out. Oh, Six of Pentacles. The distribution is not equal. You know what? Someone fears that they're not going to be able to be your equal anymore. Like the scales have been unbalanced. Where there may have been either an imbalance before in their favor or it was equal. Now it's like the scales are tipping. But the scales are tipping in your favor, and that's someone's fear. Because I feel like some of y'all are getting ahead. I'm getting the getting ahead, especially with this horse. You got some people who are walking. You were walking. But then suddenly you got a horse. And since you got a horse, you can get a lot further, a lot faster, right? And so now that tips the scale. Whereas like, how did you get a horse? Well, you know why? Divine favor. Okay? Where it looked like you wasn't supposed to, boom. I like to call this a cheat code. When I used to meditate and ask and pray for a cheat code. Like, I just need to get ahead of everybody else real quick. What can I do? Bow. Okay? And things started to unfold in my life. All kind of stuff. So some of y'all just need to start meditating for a cheat code and boom, a horse will appear. All right? So that's tipping the scales. Let's see what you look like during this time. Pisces, Pisces, Pisces. Ooh, fears. I'm fears. You know how they do like this? They be like fears, competition. You're looking like I'm getting rivalry, arch, nemesis, rivalry. Look at this. Oh yes, you are definitely gonna be envied. This is the Five of Wands. Everybody's throwing their magic around. To me, this is people talking, saying their stuff, their words. This is the adversity. This is the challenges that people have to go through. Remember I told you you've already surmounted those mountains. You've already climbed them. You've already overcome them. Now look at them, stuck in the mountains, stuck in the wilderness. You've already come from here. You've already overtaken the enemies, the competition. There is no competition because you already overcome. And it's like, the way I'm saying it is like, this is where they're coming to find you, but you're gone. You don't have to battle on the battlefield. And if you do get out there on the battlefield, you got weapons. Okay? But what happens is this. Remember when I was saying tipping the scales? Some of y'all are dealing with people in your life who you have surpassed. And they've gone from the teacher. You see how she's like the teacher? And now you're the teacher. You used to be the students. Okay, this is the fear. This is another reference I'm getting for that tipping of the scale. They're no longer the teacher. And when a person who was always the teacher or the leader or the front runner then becomes like behind, sometimes you can start being viewed as competition. Okay? Jealousy starts to set in. It's like, wait a minute, I taught you everything you know. How are you going to use your magic to fight me? You know, and you're not even looking at it like competition. You're just looking at it like, look, I'm walking towards my dreams. So yes, you may be looked at as a threat. This is the hopes. This is all about the messages. This is the Eight of Wands. So someone wants to send a message, or someone wanted to send a message. You know what I'm getting with this as well? I'm getting the word gloat. Okay, this may be real specific for somebody. Somebody's feeling the deep desire to gloat. Like, man, I should just throw my this up online, or I should just go say this or make an announcement about that because you know, these people, like, they need to know, like, yeah, remember when you said this and did that? Now look at me. Now look at you. Like, woo woo. Okay. So there's this need or this want to gloat. Now that's coming from somebody. I don't know who that is, but that is coming from somewhere. All right. Now for the others of you, this is again something about sending a message. Let me see. Sending a message. What is the message? Maybe this is a message to future self. Let's see. Let's talk about it. Oh, balance. What did we just talk about this whole time? Tipping of the scales. You may want to tell them, yes, sir. Remember when you said that I wasn't going to be able to do A, B, and C? Balance. It all worked out. In fact, it worked out better than expected. I tipped the scales. This says, I bring a state of perfect harmony into my world, and I do so without judgment. That also is an like, I guess, a clue for that person who wants to like gloat in a sense. It's like you can send a message without sending a message, if that makes sense. You can let someone know, like, yes, you know, especially if they ask or say something, you can bring it up and mention it without being hostile or without being boastful. Okay. Hey, you make me because I deserve, and I taught you everything you know. Well, actually, no. Remember when you said that was a stupid idea? Remember? Because I remember on that day and that time, you know, you can have your receipts and all that kind of stuff, you know. Now, that's for those of you who still dealing with these type of people. These people are still around. But for those of you who this ain't got nothing to do with nobody else, I'm going to need you to pay attention to all of this emotional fulfillment, the wish fulfillment, the dream fulfillment, the work, the money, the happiness, the being viewed as competition, as a threat. You're doing something right. All right. Especially the ones that got cut, though. So you got some who you may still deal with every now and again, but you got some who are completely cut. And those are where the piercing eyes are coming from. Let's see what we have as the final outcome. Ooh, 6 of Swords. And I'm getting away. And I'm getting away. And you're getting away. From those type of energies. I like to look at this as like some type of magic portal. And once you go through it, that's it. Okay? They can't see you anymore. You disappear. You go off into your brand new life. And you end up somewhere that looks like that. That's what's happening here. I'm getting a thief in the night situation. Again, let's pay attention to this dynamic. Look at that, thief in the night. I'm leaving. I'm out. I'm cutting you out of my life. You can't be here anymore. I'm choosing higher vibrations. And I'm going towards my dreams. I recognize all the opportunities. And then you make it through. And all of a sudden, you end up in a place like that. You know what I'm saying? That's what we're doing here. Some of y'all clue right now is you need to just go and do it. Don't talk about it. Don't tell nobody. Some of y'all are getting ready to actually move. You're getting ready to plant your feet. I'm hearing on solid ground. Look, I love how even though she's on this horse right here, her feet are bare. Okay, like there's a lot of like, what's the word? There's a lot of spiritual fulfillment. That's the only way I can describe it. Because see, there's emotional fulfillment, but then there's that spirit fulfillment. So I guess that would mean a lot of y'all are slipping into like your life purpose. Let's just say, for example, you got a record deal and boom, you just left. You didn't tell nobody. You just left. Okay? You didn't explain nothing. You got cast for the movie. They said, you know, we finna do this thing. We need you to go to this location. I mean, we quarantined, but still, they making a lot of stuff happen. The magic of what's happening on the earth now, since we have to get around this quarantine thing, is amazing. You can be on the cutting edge of that. I don't know who that's for. But anyway, that's what I get for you guys. Let me pull one more of these cards to end it. Actually, I want to pull one more of these. Oh, come on. See? I know I be knowing my little nudges and my little feelings. My tarot cards be like, no, pick me, pick me. I'm just going to point that out. Let me see. Let me make it clear. The Sun card twice. Okay? Like, come on. Okay. Essence, energy, self-awareness, life force, spirit, creativity, honor, masculinity, distinction, childishness, ego, individuality, solitude, expression, self-sufficiency, shine, heartbeat, father. Okay? Beautiful energy. Oh, Pisces, I love it. So that's what I get for you guys. Thank you so much, Pisces. I appreciate you all, and I'll see you in the next video.